You ready? Hello? Are you done being crazy? Or are you trying to not be crazy? Which one is it? So we took a little break from Orange is the New Black. Guess you don't want to be on camera. Anyway, so we're in season 2, and we get into the episode where they slock the Russian chick, beat her ass, and then they try and pin it on the crazy black girl. So I know a couple of nights ago, I came home and informed her that the rumor around town about her was that she was crazy. And then last night, I came home and told her that I understand what crazy feels like because I'm crazy too sometimes, or I have been in the past. I've been getting better. It's been a long process for me. It's been a long journey to not be crazy. You know how many people I've called out as being a fucking faggot, and just everybody tell me, why are you assuming? What do you know? How do you know? Well, I just fucking know. How about that? So it's part of my story. So I'm copacetic. And if you watched the stories earlier, then you would know that I heard voices when I got home. See, crazy shit. And I thought it was, well, I didn't know. But then I thought about it and I was like, okay, I could see a crazy chick who lost her husband, who was rich, being in here, talking to herself. Actually, my great grandma on my mom's side was crazy, but she went crazy because she ate something out of a bad tin can. Maybe that's what happened to you. Oh, look, they put food in cans now and they're metal. Yum, 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 yum. Wrong turn, Albuquerque. So it's part of my family history. Maybe it happened to you. I don't know. Nobody knows. We don't know. So, I'm going to put it on that it was a couple angels that came down with God's word. God commanded me to send this poor crazy woman to hell, and I was just like, I could see the last one. He kept trying to kill me in my sleep, which was the worst part. Like, just bust in while I was sleeping and try and stab me to death. Like, yeah, I'm going to send that fucking guy to hell. But, for as fucking loony as she is and crazy and off the walls and bouncing around, and she's practically harmless. She's never, well, other than fucking cutting off my thumb. But I forgave her for that. So, in terms of, scientifically explaining everything, you just can't. Sometimes you just overhear angels talking. Sometimes you're just batshit crazy. And we deserve to be locked up for that. We deserve to go to hell for that. It's a double-edged sword. As far as I'm concerned, her and I are sitting here. We're not hurting anyone. We're just talking. And this is America. Freedom of speech. I truly believe in it. And if the last 4 years of politics and Donald Trump have showed us anything, it's that our most powerful yet most dangerous weapon in this country is our freedom of speech. Who am I hurting by sitting here said I heard 2 angels say, did he really defy God? Is he going to do this? What the hell? Well, they didn't say what the hell because they're angels, but, the tone of their voice. It's just like, well, okay, So I guess I got to deal with God eventually when it's my time to go meet him, and he's going to be like, I gave you a commandment. And I'm going to be like, well, what would Jesus do? Wash some feet, heal a leper, turn water into wine. I'm tired of spending money on booze. How about you just let me make the shit? Just fucking throw a cross on it, and the water just turns into whiskey. Because I'm not really a wine drinker, but hey, so also Baso Lambert is watching. Thank you for watching. Sorry, I'm not good at names. So yeah, anyway, and then there's a big mental health crisis in this country with our homeless people, and it's all over the world. What do we do with these people? And is it so absurd to say that we rely so much on science and medicine that maybe all these people really need is a little God in their life, a little Jesus? The compassionate parts, the parts that tell us that we need to love one another. Even though I'm still harboring anger in my heart, but after all, God's commandment was send her to hell. He's still mad, But you got to realize, the guy's got a lot on his plate. Why do you think he probably hands down so many commandments? Got to think about that, right? He's up there and he's in charge of billions of people and the entire universe and beyond, as far as we know, as far as we're told. And I'm still a believer in the fact that there's a possibility that there is other lives in other universes and other galaxies. So if he's the God of all, then he's got to deal with all that shit too. And if it's as fucked up over there as it is here, then well, he's got to delegate shit, and he doesn't have time to sit there and really listen to everybody's feelings and everybody's problems. He just makes rules, kind of like the government, right? We don't like that. We don't like you smoke weed. Law, no weed. But God is also a compassionate and forgiving God. There's always been two sides to God, three sides if you count the Spirit. So maybe, Catholics, they have saints, but maybe we should talk to angels, pray to angels, guardian angels. If there was a message system between us and God, like, hey, look, I know God's busy right now, but listen, I'm still a believer. I'm a believer in God. I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. I always will be. But hey, this is what's going on. And if you could deliver my message to God for me, that'd be great. Instead of having to die and end up a ghost wandering the earth for till the end of time, till God can truly sit down and judge you. So what we have is just, and there were a lot of crazy people. Las Vegas, New Mexico was the hospital there, used to be a mental hospital. And it's only about an hour and a half's drive away. My mom was born in that hospital. So even into the late 60s, they were still doing shit to mental people, which means that there must have been a lot of them around here eating bad canned meat. But so maybe they weren't bad people, They just were not all right in the head. And I don't think any of us in this country or on this planet are all right in the head, because we don't have nothing to really believe in. Everybody's got an opinion, everybody's got a theory, but we have to completely believe in science. And I have nothing against science. Science has done great things. It's brought us technology. It brings us medicine. Brought us vaccines. Nothing against those things, but what do you do about the shit that you can't explain? You have to go to a university. You have to go to Harvard. You have to go to Columbia, Cambridge, Stanford. I mean, you have to go through years of schooling and writing and having people critique and having the head of the. I mean, that's kind of what Jew heaven sounds like to me. They're just a bunch of Jews up there sitting writing down scrolls. You know, never really getting to taste the milk and honey because they're always passing it down. I mean, and it's something that's still a part of what's going on in this country. Everybody wants to rewrite the Constitution, that it's outdated, it's old, it needs to be updated. But who gets to do those things? Is it the people? Do we get to choose what we want? What our freedoms and rights should be? Which Donald Trump completely fucked up. Because before this election, and even before Trump, I'm still a libertarian. I wanted it to be the people. I felt it was the people's right. That if we were going to change the direction of this country, and I was for updating the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, it needed to be updated. Our country's evolved. We've grown. So we settled for what? What did we settle for? We got Trump, and he's just a fucking narcissistic liar who only cares about being the fucking biggest and greatest and making money. He did incite those riots. He should be impeached. He should be locked up. There's no fucking question about it. The man deserves to go to jail. He tried everything to become a dictator, to become king, just so that he could say to his daddy that he became the most powerful man in the entire world. That's what he did to our country. And anyone who denies it or still trying to support him is a fucking idiot. And they deserve to go to jail with him. So I voted for Biden. But I'm still not crazy about Democrats. I still don't believe in a socialistic agenda. That government should control all. I don't believe in that. No, the revolution I fought in was for the rights of the people to choose, not just elect. But if we're going to do this, the way the founding fathers did it, then it's our choice, it's our voice. That we should break it all down. And it'll be long, and it'll be hard, and it'll be painful. But that's what this country needs, in my belief. So, science is there, mathematics is there, and it's all good. And it brings a lot of good. It also brings a lot of bad things too, like weapons, war. We're human. We've all got split personalities, if you really think about it. And then there's supernatural, things that can't be explained by science. And science wants to prove everything, and if they can't prove it, they want to say that it's not real. When in reality, we just accept it. Hello, Judith. Narugo. Just accept it. And there she goes, slamming plates in the kitchen again. It always comes back to the first time I talked to her. Almost comes back to that when I said if you could cook, you could stay here. Will you get over that already? Or maybe it's because the kitchen's dirty. I don't know. All right. So with that, I'm gonna shut up and try and keep her to quiet and calm, and put some TV back on and figure out how we're gonna get her to heaven. Good night. Good morning, wherever you are.